you became a bit of a household name in the UK over about a decade ago when you debated George Galloway, who was a heinous anti-Semitic British politician. And I just want to show people the clip because a lot of our viewers are actually in America and they may not be familiar with this. He's a leader of his own far left party, and Eylon was debating George Galloway, and when he discovered that he was Israeli, well, let's just show you the clip.
We wanted peace, we got war, we mustn't make the same mistake again. So my first point, only a peace treaty can provide a framework for enduring peace and security. I'm sorry, Mr. Galloway?
You said we. Are you an Israeli?
I am, yes.
I don't debate with Israelis. I've been misled. Sorry.
What racism? What racism?
I don't recognize Israel, and I don't debate with Israelis.
He's a person. He's a Briton. He's a human being.
So he walks out as soon. I'm assuming this is pretty early on in the debate, and he walks out because he discovers that Eylon is Israeli. Now, to all of us at the time, this was absolutely outrageous, and the media portrayed it as such. But my sense is that this kind of, the boycotting and talking about Israelis rather than the Israeli government, which of course is often it's just a veneer for anti-Semitism anyway, but at least they feel the need to keep up that veneer. And now we're seeing, those on campuses in America, Israelis, belong to hell and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's like it's just unthinkable to imagine people saying, I don't debate Russians when talking about the Russian-Ukrainian war. Everyone knows, everyone's able to make that distinction between the Russian government and Russians. But we're seeing that. I'm seeing this, happen more and more. How do they get away with that? How is this becoming more of a legitimate opinion to have on Sky News and BBC? Oh, well, I boycott Israel and I don't do things with Israelis. How have we come to this point?
Because anti-Semitism never really became a taboo. I mean, George Galloway is a vulgar and repugnant and unrepentant anti-Semite and a racist. What's extraordinary is that then it was obvious. Now it's not. After that debate, and I'm a little bit embarrassed because I think I've aged well since then and my voice is a little bit less shrill. I continued my speech, and at the end I got a standing ovation. And it was obvious to everyone that Galloway was completely out of line. I wasn't heckled, and I don't remember any special security arrangements. The last time I went back to Oxford, I had 8 bodyguards. I don't think the Prime Minister of Israel himself travels with such an intense security detail. And sort of that sort of reception would be unthinkable now in an environment where every college has passed resolutions against Israel. Here's why the information war matters. You alluded to this earlier. There is a campaign to depict Israel now as singularly evil. Not this policy is wrong, this war is waged not in accordance with whatever clause of the Geneva Conventions. Israel is evil and its original sin is its existence. That is why they use the worst crime in the lexicon of crimes, which is genocide, okay? There's no coming back from that. You don't trade with a country that commits genocide. You don't fly to a country that commits genocide. You destroy it. You destroy it like the Nazis were destroyed. And what does that mean for people in the diaspora who support Israel? You're Nazi sympathizers and you are to be purged from polite society and persecuted. That's what's at stake here. That's why we cannot afford to turn the other cheek and say, fine, let us keep having it, because we don't want to become an international pariah. And the forces accusing Israel of genocide want it to become an international pariah because they want to weaken it so that they can finish it off. I keep returning to this same point, that there are people who want Israel to be destroyed and they think it will be much easier to destroy Israel if they convince the world that Israel deserves to be destroyed, stripped of its protections, stripped of its ability to defend itself, stripped of even a right to exist, so it can be annihilated, just like defenseless Jews were in the past.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it is a realistic and becoming ever more real prospect that because of the level of demonization, it's not unimaginable to see that level of demonization leading to such point, God forbid. And that's why what you're doing is so important. Before we finish, I just want to share with you something really important. We are told that Israel's actions are the cause of the Israeli-Arab conflict, but we've just released a groundbreaking documentary proving that Arab Islamic Jew hatred far predates Israel's re-establishment. This is a critical fact that everyone needs to learn about. Have a watch of our trailer for our new JTV Plus documentary entitled Arab Anti-Semitism Before Israel's Re-Establishment. Picture yourself, it's 1834 and you're a Jew living in Tzfat, which is a northern city in Israel, then under the Ottoman Empire. Your family is part of this ancient city's spiritual heart for generations. You study Torah, you trade in the market, and live quietly among your Arab neighbours. But one day, a mob storms your street, shouting, "Kill the Jews!" Your home is looted, your synagogue burned, your loved ones beaten. This isn't about Israel. Israel won't exist for 114 years. This isn't about settlements, the IDF, or the 1948 displacements. This is raw, violent hatred aimed at you for being a Jew. And it's not just in Palestine, it's part of a centuries-old story of anti-Semitism woven into Arab and Islamic history, from the dawn of Islam to the streets of Hebron. The claim that this conflict began with Israel's creation, the Nakba, or modern policies, is a farce, a distortion that collapses under history's magnifying glass. Welcome to JTV Plus. I'm Ollie Annersfeld, and today we're uncovering a history too often buried, the relentless anti-Semitism among Arabs in Palestine before 1948, rooted in a broader Arab and Muslim hostility that began with Islam's inception in the 7th century. To watch this JTV Plus documentary and access much more premium content, click on the link in the video description.